Hey guys, Jen here, and welcome to another edition of Check This Game Out. Today's game is Diablo 3. Now I know what you're probably thinking, why in the world would I check out a game that's been out for about 6 months already? Well, there are two reasons I'm making this video. The first reason is a new patch has been released, 1.0.4, and that patch has changed a lot of things, and it's also added a great deal of extra features. Most importantly are the extra levels that you can get after the max level. There are, I believe it's called prestige levels, and there are 100 of those. So if you played the game and perhaps quit after you reach max level, now may be a good time to come back. And the second reason that I am making this video is the starter edition has been fully released. I know it was supposed to be released about 30 days after the main release, but for whatever reason they held it back until the 15th of August. So you don't have to pay to try this game out, which is fantastic. I wish more companies did that, and I'm actually on the starter edition. And the main reason I push for companies to provide demos or starter editions or the like is to give the player a chance to try the game out on their machine, to see how it runs, and also just to try the game out. I mean, there was a great deal of hype for this game. It was pretty intense. But nowadays, after the game has been out for so long, of course, people have become disenchanted with the game, which is normal. I mean, when you hype a game so much and it doesn't live up to every single expectation, then you do become disenchanted, and some people who aren't able to handle that become quite upset, and that's sad, but it is a matter of fact for a great deal of games, and just proof that you shouldn't overhype a game. Number one, I understand why companies do it. They overhype the game for sales purposes because of course they want to sell, and I believe Diablo 3 is listed as the quickest selling game ever. For good reason, because it was overhyped. And nowadays, if you ask anyone who has played extensively Diablo 3, they have sort of come to terms that it's not the greatest game, but it is a AAA title. It is a good game. It is a fun game, especially if you have friends to play with, and it's a game that runs on a great many machines. This laptop, as you may have heard if you've listened to other videos, this laptop is about 3 years old, and I can run everything maxed out, and I don't have any issues at all. It holds steady at 60 frames per second, but I have fraps running, which I have fraps locked at 30 frames per second. So, I have created a wizard, a female wizard with the name of Trimia, as I usually do in these types of games, and let's get into the game. Now this first cinematic I will skip. And we are in the game. Game looks good. Has a nice dark feeling to it. And the type of game is called an action role-playing game. And it's pretty standard for the action role-playing game genre. It's pretty much kill things, loot things, increase your level by killing things, and increase the weapons and items that you have by killing more things. And here we come upon the first quest.
Sent me in search of the star that fell on this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
And let's drive back some undead real quick. Not hard at all.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. Find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
The Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Zakharum has fallen to this.
Now here's the main little town that you get to visit, New TRISTRAM, which it's called. And this will be a waypoint to different zones as you unlock them.
I promise, Marker.
And here's your stash. Comes with 2 potions, not bad. And it's a normal action RPG, like, you know, the other Diablos, and like a game I reviewed not too long ago called Path of Exile. You collect gold, and you know, you get weapons, and as you kill monsters, you get better weapons, and as you level, you get better items. Pretty run-of-the-mill. The graphics, I like the graphics. I like the look. I mean, it's not fantastic. It's actually made to run on a great many machines, and I believe they're going to make this for a console. At least I think so. I think they were talking about putting this out on console. So of course they're not going to make the graphics, you know, overly spectacular, because they want to, you know, the largest install base as possible.
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but...
Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Oh, they're turning.
I am stronger still.
Level 2. Alright, level 2.
This is killing business.
You know, I gained some stats, not bad, and a skill slot. And I get to choose a skill for my second mouse button, and I will choose Ray of Frost. And it allows me to shoot a Ray of Frost with my second mouse button. And I can pick up items just by pretty much walking over them.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will make certain that doesn't happen. Your town is safe.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
I will quickly do that.
16 militiamen went out. Only Rumford came back.
I like the music too. It's reminiscent of the older Diablo games, the sort of guitar type sounds.
What can I do to help you fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Thanks for the warning, but I won't be dying today.
Well,
Not
I have seen
today.
you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades.
Storyline's not bad so far. It's action orientated. It sort of, you know, drives you into the next sections, which is what you want. You want to keep the story going.
There, that's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Now I picked up an item. Pants, and of course I can put those on. And that will change the look of my character. Got 79 gold. Got lore. I can...
Deckard Cain
Deckard
have spent many
Cain.
years traveling and writing about the strange...
Thank you, Deckard Cain. He is sort of the main protagonist, or, well, not necessarily protagonist, but sort of the narrator of the game. I like the dark look. I wish it was more, more gothy, maybe. It is a lot of goth, but could have a little more. I happen to like the old 19th century London goth type of stuff. Die. Potions, can definitely use those. Well, it's not too complicated of gameplay. It's simple to get into. It's good fun, especially if you've got friends, and even solo. I mean, if you're into this type of game, which I sort of am. I like the game. I really have to have time to get into it and really get into the story. But yeah, I like these type of games. And like I said, the starter edition is available. It's definitely something you should check out to see how it runs on your machine, and, you know, just to see if you like it. This type of game isn't for everybody. And myself personally, I do like the genre, but I really have to, you know, it's kind of like reading a book. I really have to put myself into, you know, to really get into it, to really enjoy it. You know, like watching a good movie. If there are distractions or if I have to stop and go, it sort of breaks from the mood of the game. You know, this is one of those type of games where you turn all the lights off and you put your earphones on and you just start killing and really getting into it. And that's really where the enjoyment comes from, at least from my point of view. But it gets a lot more action-packed than this. This is just some basic wandering around looking for things. And I'll cut it off about here. This has been a, you know, a simple taste of what it looks like and how it plays and how the movement is and stuff like that. Like I said, the starter edition is out. It allows you to go all the way up to level 13. I believe you can beat the Skeleton King, and that's as far as it'll allow you to go. But, you know, it's really a good thing that companies do this. I'm glad Blizzard did this, because I definitely would never buy this game if it didn't have this type of feature. And the reason I would probably never is because it's not a genre that jumps out at me. It's not, you know, I really have to sort of be, I don't want to say pushed, but I have to sort of be enticed to get into a game like this, because it's not really my first choice as far as genre, as far as what I really enjoy. And as far as the people who sadly got overhyped about the game, I feel sorry for them, but it happens a lot. And it happens a lot with pretty much any game. You know, you can overhype it, and of course the company wants to overhype it because they want to sell, they want to make that money. But then the game comes out and everybody starts complaining, and the forums are filled with people who are truly upset. And who's to blame? Is the company to blame? It's hard to say. I'm sure they have some part in it. I mean, the company's not going to diss their own game. So it's really up to the player to really take an honest look at the game, like I provided here. You know, this is what the game is. You walk around, you kill things, you loot things, you gain levels, you gain skills, and you kill more things. And you go through a storyline, pretty much like a book or a movie. It's really all there is to it. Well, this has been Jen, and this has been Check This Game Out, Diablo 3. I highly suggest you at least try the starter edition. You can get the starter edition. I'll provide a link below to the battle.net, and, you know, make an account if you don't already have one, or log into your account and you can activate and download the Diablo 3 starter edition. Check it out. Let me know what you think. If you've already got the game, let me know what you think. If you are trying out the starter edition, let me know what you think. I definitely love comments, both positive and negative. And that'll be all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Please like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, let me know why so I can improve. And this has been Jen. I'll talk to you next time.